Well, hello there. Today we are going to be working with warm and cool colors. We're going to be creating a contour line drawing of a landscape. So it's all sorts of points that we're going to be focusing on. We're going to focus on contour line drawing. We're creating a landscape. And we're going to be using warm and cool colors to color our landscape. So, contour lines are the lines that define the outside edge of an object. If you were to put your hand on the paper and trace it, the line that you would have drawn is the contour. It's the outside line. So that's what we're going to do first. We're going to draw the outside edges of our landscape. Now, you can have your paper horizontal. You can have your paper vertical, however you want. It's up to you. You are the artist. So think, choose, and let's do this. So to start out our landscape, our contour landscape, I'm going to start right in the foreground, the very front. I'm going to make a small little line that goes from one edge of the paper all the way over and down. Now, I'm going to go and make another contour line. Notice it's got a little wave to it. It's got a little wiggle. And what I'm kind of doing is I'm layering my lines. So I drew one line and I added this line on top. I'm going to add another contour line right there. And I'm thinking I'm going to add one more right there. You can make these look however you want. Some of them might be super flat. Some of them might be really bumpy, lumpy. Totally up to you. So there's the base start of my contour line landscape. So it's a picture of the world outside. These are just going to be like rolling layers of land. Next, I am going to add some tree shapes to my horizon line right here. So these are going to be abstract tree shapes, which means they're going to look similar to a tree, but if you look at it, you're going to be like, that might be a tree, but it might also be a road cone. Abstract shapes, they sort of look like the thing, but they don't always. So I'm just going to add some tree-like shapes. And here's the other cool thing I want you to notice. I'm drawing my shapes so that they look like they are overlapping. Okay? So just like my hills were overlapping, I'm drawing my tree shapes so that it looks like some of them are behind others, okay, and some are in front of others. And you can have your trees wherever you want on your landscape. Remember, it's your landscape. You do you. There. All right. So I've got some trees going on. Now, let's focus on the background. Our background is going to be the sky. And what I'm going to do is I want you to think of where you want to put your sun or your moon. You can choose to do a sun or a moon, totally up to you. But think about where you're going to put it. Do you want to put it off to the corner? Smack dab in the middle? Over to this side? Way down here, almost like it's a setting sun or a rising sun? I don't know. It's up to you. I think I'm going to put mine right here. A little bit low, not in the middle, but not over too much to the side. There's my sun. Just a nice little circle shape. Now, here's the cool thing. What we're going to do is we're going to add some contour lines for our background, and it's going to look like our sun is radiating. Or your moon. Moons can radiate too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this circle and I'm going to repeat it bigger going around the outside. Okay? See what I'm doing? I'm going to do it again. There we go. I got to turn my paper because this is going to get complicated. So you'll see here, if I were to draw another sun radiate that goes around here, it's actually going to be going behind my trees and my land. So watch what I do here. I'm going to pretend like I'm going to draw this circle that goes all the way around, but I'm not actually going to draw all the way around because I don't want to draw on top of my trees and land, right? Okay. Follow me if you can. So I'm going to start up here, and I'm going to try to keep my crayon the same distance away and stop. Okay? See how it's going around and then it stopped. I'm going to do the same over here. I'm going to go around slowly and then stop. So if I continued, my line would go here and then, oh, hey, look at that. It would go right here. Continue there. See what I did there? This is actually involving some ideas of space, which is another element of art that we use as artists. We're going to talk about that more later. But right now what I need to do is finish radiating my sun circles. So I've got to go around the top here. What I want to do is fill the whole background. But I'm going to turn my paper to make it easier for me. All right, so I'm going to go around. Turn it and check it. Yep, still looks good. And then I'm going to go around. And oh, yep, going to go off the paper. Off the paper, off the paper. Come back onto the paper. Boom. Yeah. Oh, and I got to finish this guy. Let's bring him all the way around. All right, now let's finish this off. So now this part right here, it's actually kind of easy because I just need to add a line here. Maybe a little line here. See how it goes off the page and then back onto the page. Yeah, using my visualization skills. I'll do the same over here. And I can add a little line there, maybe a little line there. Okay. It's a little tricky, but I want you to slow down and give it a go because this is a really good skill. Learning to place things behind other objects to create that sense of space. Now, what we're going to do next, oh boy, we're going on a little warm and cool color hunt. Now, you can use whatever you have at home to color or to draw. I have here my big bucket of crayons, so I'm just going to paw through my bucket of crayons. And what we're going to focus on right now is warm and cool colors. So this color wheel is not labeled, but this color wheel is. Well, it's mostly labeled. It's just secondary colors. But I'm sure you are all familiar with red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. So if we divide our color wheel in half, we will be able to see that half of our color wheel we can group together as warm colors. All of these colors are warm. They belong in a family of warm colors. They're all related because they remind us of warm things like fire, lava, sunshine. On this color wheel, the warm colors are over here, red, orange, yellow. And on this color wheel, the warm colors are over here, red, orange, yellow, and even the pinks are included in warm colors because pink is a type of red, and red is a warm color. Now, if we flip over to the opposite side of the color wheel, what's the opposite of warm? Cool. So on the other side, we have our cool colors. So our cool colors are purples, blues, and greens. I want you to focus on using just warm colors in your foreground, the mountains and the trees, and then cool colors for the sky, or the opposite. You can do warm or cool in the sky, and then the opposite for the land. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go through and I'm going to pick out all of the warm colors that I can find. Warm colors are reds, oranges, yellows. All of those warm colors are going in my hand right meow. Okay, now you may say, Miss Manning, what about white? Miss Manning, what about black? Miss Manning, what about gray? Miss Manning, what about brown? So, if you take a look at our color wheel, do you notice something? Do you see any brown? Do you see any gray? Do you see any black spots on our color wheel? No, because our color wheel does not include these. These 4 colors are what we artists call neutrals. They're neither warm or cold. They're not primary or secondary. They're neutral. They're black, white, brown, and gray. These are great colors to use. Don't get me wrong. But what I want you to focus on is just the warms and just the cools. All right, so I've got my little pile of warm colors here. Now it's time to go hunting for my cools. So cool colors are browns, purples. Oh, don't forget those greens. I'm going to grab some more types of blues, some more type of purples, some more types of greens. This is the cool thing about having like a random bunch of coloring tools to use. Because you get a lot of great variety. Like if you use like highlighters, colored pens, crayons, and colored pencils, like you could use all of those materials in one artwork. And because you're using all those different materials, you get really cool effects. All right, so I'm just going to use crayons though to make things nice and easy for me. So here we go. I've got all my cool colors. I've got all of my warm colors. Now here's the dealio. You can only use one color family for the background and one color family for the front, the foreground. So I'm going to actually choose my cool colors for my background, for my sky, to make it look kind of maybe nighttimey. I'll show you in a second. Let me color away and then I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so here I am currently in progress. I'm working on using only my cool colors for my sky, for my background. Now, what I am currently doing is working on paying attention to the contour lines I drew, because I don't want to accidentally color in my foreground with a cool color, because I'm going to use all my warm colors for the land part of my artwork. So what you'll see that I am doing, you can do whatever you want. I'm kind of doing a little bit of a pattern in the background. I did green, purple, blue, green, purple, blue. And sort of what I wanted to mention to everybody was how you color, right? Coloring and coloring well is something that we call craftsmanship. How well you do something is a part of your craftsmanship. And as an artist, craftsmanship is important. Wow, look at this funky blue. It's like a blue-gray. Hey, neutral, what you doing in here? I'm rolling with it. Anywho, sometimes coloring can be exhausting. You know, have you ever been coloring something for a while and you're like, man, my hand hurts? Well, maybe you shouldn't press so hard, or maybe you shouldn't grip your tool so hard. There's lots of different ways that we can color and still color well. So one thing I like to do sometimes is I like to turn my page. You'll see my page, it's totally upside down right now. But my coloring hand is making the same motion back and forth, back and forth. And this other helper hand is kind of in charge of turning the paper for my coloring hand. So you see how my coloring hand, it's doing the same motion over and over again, and my helper hand is the one that's turning the paper. So that's one thing that you could try doing to help you to color and to color well. Another thing that I like to do is I like to color the outside. I like to do the the outside edge. Color the outside edge carefully, doing the same kind of an idea. And then you can do a quick coloring in between, you know, and you don't have to be as slow and careful because you did the edges already with your crayon. So here, I'll show you again. I'm going to color the edges of my space. I know this whole stripe is going to be green, so I'm going to color carefully around the edge. And then when I'm done carefully coloring around the edge, I can do a quick color in between. And sometimes if you change direction, so I was coloring this way, now you can change direction and color this way. I'm not pressing hard. I'm using the same amount of pressure, but because I'm changing directions, it colors the paper differently. All right. All right, so I'm going to finish coloring my warm, back it up. I'm finished coloring my cool color sky, and I'll do my warm land, and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, check it out. I have my cool and warm colored landscape. Yes, yes. We first used our contour lines to draw the edges of our picture. So we've got the edges of our land, the edges of our trees, and we've got the edges of our sun, our moon, and then the sky. So we took those contour lines, and then we used our warm and our cool colors to finish coloring. So I chose my warm colors for the land and cool colors for the sky. You can do that too, or flip them, reverse it. You could have a warm sky and a cool landscape. Totally up to you. All right, so I hope you enjoy playing with your warm and cool colors. Think about how you can use your knowledge of warm and cool colors in your future artwork. All right, have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.